So, how much do you know of Aquaman's home? From Disney's Lost Empire to Marvel's Aquaman, the city of Atlantis has always been as fascinating as it is mysterious. Here's an inside look at how the lost city of Atlantis myth became a popular legend. The ancient city of Atlantis has long been a fascinating mystery that has sparked considerable public discussion, debate, and awe. According to some traditions, Atlantis was inhabited by a technologically advanced culture that died when the island subcontinent was inundated beneath the waves of the Atlantic Ocean, perhaps beyond the Pillars of Hercules. The name Atlantis comes from the ancient Greek word Atlantis, which means Island of Atlas. Just as Odin is thought to have created Asgard, Poseidon, the Greek god of the ocean, was said to have developed Atlantis, according to legend. This was because he fell madly in love with a mortal woman named Cleito, who was a humanoid. The city was built on the summit of a hill on a sea island. The island was entirely cut off from the rest of the world. Poseidon did so in order to ensure Cleito's safety. Poseidon is said to have toured the planet in search of the largest island ever before constructing Atlantis. When he saw the world's largest island, Atlantis, he realized that the people who lived there were more attractive and intelligent than the rest of the world's people. He began an affair with Cleito while on Atlantis. Cleito later married him. The hill of Cleito was a tall hill in the area. Poseidon is said to have enchanted his bride, Cleito, on a hill that was heavily guarded and encompassed by enormous pillars and massive moats. He did so because he didn't have faith in Cleito's commitment to him. Further down this video, we will take a look at the creators of these incredible stories. Poseidon and Cleito had a total of 10 boys. The eldest of Poseidon and Cleito's 10 sons was given the name Atlas. Atlas eventually rose to become the first emperor of Atlantis. In the city, a temple and a massive monument of Poseidon were constructed. The statue was entirely made of gold. It depicted Poseidon riding a winged chariot pulled by winged horses. The figure was found at the top of the temple, which had spirals as lofty as the clouds. This depicted the richness and magnificence of Atlantis, which may or may not have existed in actuality. Many literature and movies have featured the same scenario. Please subscribe to our channel for unique and informative content like this. Hit the subscribe button now. The people of Atlantis raised animals and grew their own food. In the rich plains of the lovely city, farmers produced crops. There was also a cutting-edge method of irrigation that was much innovative and advanced. It was also in excellent condition. The city's architecture was outstanding. Black and red stones, as well as precious stones and metals, were used to construct beautiful houses. They also employed crystals for a variety of purposes, including experiments and even just for fun. It was a true architectural and mythological marvel that could only be characterized as a utopian planet. The fabled metropolis, which purportedly occupied a large continent, was inhabited by a civilization that regularly waged wars against the populations that inhabited the surrounding territory of the Mediterranean Sea. Because the gods were becoming more dissatisfied with the Atlantean society's narcissism, egoism, and perversion, legend has it that the Greek gods drowned Atlantis 9,000 years ago in an endeavor directed by Zeus as a retribution for its aggression, haughtiness, and misconduct. And here we were, thinking Thanos was worse. Origins of literature. The origins of the Atlantis legend may be traced as far back to 360 BCE, when Plato's dialogues Timaeus and Critias mentioned the lost city. Atlantis was described by an ancient Greek scribe as an Eden-like location, rich in natural resources, highlands, and exotic fruit. A variety of plants and animals, including elephants, were also depicted as living in the metropolis. The city of Atlantis, according to Plato, was home to a great and enlightened civilization. In terms of dimensions, Plato's writings describe a large continent, bigger than the combined land area of Asia Minor and the country of Libya. In just a moment, I will tell you about specific countries proposed to be the possible locations of the city of Atlantis. Popular culture. The enigmatic city of Atlantis continues to inspire a diverse spectrum of artists and writers across a variety of artistic fields. The mythological city has appeared in many artistic elements in literature, comic books, movies, sculptures, television shows, and even music and video games in the years since Plato's time. Atlantis has been featured in a number of films, including the 1995 smash Cocoon, the 2001 Disney animated picture Atlantis: The Lost Empire, and the 2018 film Aquaman. Fictional city. Despite the fact that it is commonly regarded as fiction, the legend of Atlantis has persisted in popular culture for millennia. Modern attempts to identify the enigmatic metropolis have evolved in a slew of theories from all over the world, including areas as far-flung as the Sahara Desert, the Caribbean, Brazil, Turkey, Germany, and Antarctica. The location of the lost submerged city is stated in Plato's writings as lying in the Atlantic Ocean, beyond the Mediterranean Sea's mouth, the Gibraltar Strait. Beliefs about Atlantis. Was Atlantis genuinely built by extraterrestrials? The myth of Atlantis grew so popular that people from all walks of life embarked on quests to find it. It was never truly discovered, but regardless of geographical theories to the contrary, many people still believe it exists. Edgar Cayce, a research associate, has radically different views on the matter. He claimed that the lost city may rise again, just as the sun rises in the sky. He stated it would rise in the form of fresh territory once more. He also believes that the spirits of those who once resided in Atlantis will usher in a new period of human consciousness illumination. Comparable myths claim that the natives of Atlantis were of interplanetary descent and came to the globe from the Lyrian galactic system. They arrived on Earth about 50,000 years ago, and they were much taller and beautiful than the planet's native settlers. They have the potential to live for 800 years. In a nutshell, the human race's dispensation was significantly stronger and longer lasting throughout that season. Other legends claim that the lost city of Atlantis once stood on Mars. Atlanteans possessed extraordinary abilities and capabilities. They could, for example, command and manipulate the climate, alter volcanic avalanches, and transfer energy across time and space. This might, nonetheless, be a fable to explain the inhabitants of Atlantis' lavishness and magnificent lifestyle. The reality of Atlantis. Plato, who published about the lost city of Atlantis, managed to persuade many people to believe his claims because he was known for creating realistic and practical works. Some people claim to have a factual explanation for this mythology. However, none of them has been validated or proven as of yet. According to one scholar, a large volcanic eruption that occurred in the past on the Greek island of Santorini was comparable to the one described in the mythology. He also claimed to have researched an ancient civilization on that island that was technologically adept and visually stunning. This was very akin to the Atlantis myth. Another explorer has repeatedly proven that an island, or more accurately, a continent, had existed but vanished at the exact spot that Plato identified as Atlantis. Several researchers and historians, like these, believe Atlantis was a viable metropolis. How many days old were you when you learned this incredible history about the city of Atlantis? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, take care.